Hello everyone, and today I will teach you on how to drive faster in GTA 5 RP. With GTA 6 rapidly approaching, the best way to gain an advantage is to master the GTA 5 mechanics. And with a map which is estimated to be around 2.5 to 3 times larger than the current map, transportation will be key. With almost 10,000 hours in 5M and GTA 5 combined, I've learned quite a lot about pushing vehicles to their limits. Today, I will be mainly focusing on driving cars from point A to point B, knowing the exact route that you are going to take. Let's start with the basics. I will not have to explain to you that not crashing your vehicle will make you faster. To drive fast, the most important thing is minimizing slowing down. However, there are quite a few things to keep in mind. At the core, practice makes perfect. The more you drive, the better you get at handling different vehicles on different terrains, which will instantly bring us to our main point. Know your vehicle. Every car has its own quirks and attributes, so just get comfortable with whatever car you like to drive in. What I will mention is that there are some big differences in the type of vehicle you choose. You have rear-wheel drive cars, which are generally great. They drive as they should and only have the risk of spinning out when accelerating out of turns. They also have a greater benefit of some of the tricks I'll mention later in this video. There are also all-wheel drive cars. They are the more stable and consistent choice when it comes to vehicles, however, they do gain less effect of the tricks coming up. You also have front-wheel drive cars. They exist. I won't go into any minor details such as rim choice, which could affect the way your car responds to the road, or the fact a spoiler gives the car slightly more grip. At the end of the day, you make your car look however you would like to and get used to it. These small adjustments really won't make the difference. Like I mentioned earlier, you have to minimize slowing down. Now, I shouldn't technically have to explain the idea of racing lines, but there are some aspects that you must keep in mind. The main skill you have to learn is how to anticipate turns and how to link turns together. In this example, it is clear that taking these turns with a wider approach angle, hitting the inside apex and exiting wide again will greatly increase your speed that you carry and cuts down the time it takes to travel the same distance. Now, let's dive into some more advanced tactics to drive faster. Your camera angle. Make sure to set your camera to a higher angle for better visibility and decision making. Also, when entering a corner, look ahead into the turn to better know what is coming up. This will take some time to get used to, as you are now basically controlling your car blindly. To execute racing lines well and carry as much speed as possible, you have to be smooth with it. This is why professional drivers use a controller. It is much easier to regulate your steering with a joystick than with keys on a keyboard. But it is not impossible to get the same advantages. By rapidly tapping your steering keys, it will simulate smooth steering and reduce the amount of speed lost when turning. A great way to consistently increase speed during races or traveling across the map is curb boosting. The easiest way to explain this tactic is any compression or extension of your suspension gives you a slight increase in speed. This is greatly demonstrated by the almighty Dark Viper AU. There is however some controversy around this tactic as it could be seen as power gaming within RP. Generally speaking, it is condoned to the point that you will not get in trouble by doing it, however it is always best to check with any server that you might be playing on. At the end of the day, it's one of those tricks that you should consistently be doing to gain more speed. From this, we are moving on to something that many people do subconsciously, and that is sidewalk surfing. The sidewalk is a great extension of the road and can be used to cut many corners. You also gain the previously mentioned curb boosting effect while going onto and off the curb. Besides this, you can use the sidewalk not only to cut the corner, but also to extend it even further. This will make your racing lines even wider and you will lose less speed. Lastly, using the sidewalk is also a great way to avoid any traffic or crazy locals in your path. If you really want to maximize your speed, there's a few more tricks that you can do to gain an advantage. One of the more popular ones is double clutching, or what some people call it, the mid-drive boost. This skill is basically tricking the game into putting you in the wrong gear but still accelerating all the way through. What you have to do is while accelerating, when you're about to shift from second into third, is tap the brake and continue accelerating straight after. If you're in an all-wheel drive vehicle, you'll have to press the handbrake in combination with the brake as well. When done correctly, it will put the car into first gear, making a high revving sound. You will accelerate a lot faster than you would normally. This effect works best in rear-wheel drive cars. Like I mentioned, it also works in all-wheel drive cars, but it just isn't as powerful, and it doesn't work in front-wheel drive cars. Brake boosting is one of the hardest tricks to learn on this list. It requires specific changes in height on the road to perform this trick. When the vehicle you are driving slightly lifts off the ground, while the wheels remain touching the road, you must hold the accelerator and brake at the same time. This will result in a type of burnout mid-air. This greatly increases your speed when successfully executed. You should also be able to see the skid mark formed on the ground if done correctly. The risk of this trick is trying to gain as much speed as possible without losing any speed by braking. This ultimately comes down to feel. As Dark Viper AU explains, it all depends on the current speed of your vehicle, the type of vehicle you are driving, and where you are trying to brake boost. With all these tricks combined and practiced to perfection, you arrive at your desired destination a lot faster, or even when competing in races, you will see great results. But remember, practice these techniques in a safe environment before using them in RP. And at the bottom line, prioritize the RP above anything else. That's it for today's video. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more GTA 5 RP content. And if there are any tricks that I might have missed, make sure to shout at me in the comments. Peace.